Thank you very much, Ben. Well, I'm joined by Tom Burke, former UK government advisor on climate change, now chairman of the environmental think tank E3G, which is third generation environmentalism. Thanks very much, Tom, for being on the programme. So there's been an awful lot of momentum up to this event in Paris, and a lot of governments represented, and many of them have already put in, you know, in writing, as it were, what their plans are. Surely that bodes for a good conference, do you think?
I think you're right about that. I think we're seeing a much more optimistic view of actually getting an agreement. Whether that agreement will be enough, I think we've got to wait to see. But the French were very smart in getting the leaders in at the beginning. They're going to turn up in Paris today. They're going to make a speech. They're going to declare victory, and as it were, and go home. That makes it very difficult to have bad headlines at the end of the week, of the fortnight. So there'll be a lot of toing and froing between the people in Paris and the capitals at home to make sure that the story stays consistent.
And some of the statistics that Ben was mentioning there outlines just how catastrophic it could be if more isn't done and quickly to counter climate change. And businesses want some kind of strong outcome, don't they? More, you know, to some extent, more than organisations like yours, because of the cost to them if nothing is done.
I think that's right. I think that the impact on the economy of climate change is only just beginning to be understood, and there are still a lot of businesses that haven't got their minds around it. And there's a great difference across the business community about who's going to be affected. For the fossil fuel industries, clearly it's going to be negative for them. But for all the opportunity seekers, the people like Elon Musk, the electric vehicle developers, the new battery developers, the solar entrepreneurs, this is going to be a very good thing. For companies like Unilever, for the big retail companies, climate change is a real threat to their supply chain, so they're going to want to be a much quicker response by governments.
From a practical point of view, what do you think businesses and organisations will be looking at in terms of policy that they'll be needing to implement in order to stick to guidelines set by national governments?
I think what business most needs from governments is consistency. There's no one policy that everybody needs to adopt everywhere because circumstances are different. The business communities are different in different countries. But what they need is consistency, exactly what we've not seen, by the way, from the British government recently.
All right, well, we'll have to leave there, but thank you so much for coming in, giving us your thoughts on this event taking place in Paris. And it's going to be a lead story for quite some time, I'm predicting.
Yeah, full coverage,
talk
of
about
course,
it again
here on the BBC. We'll probably talk about it